What is good viber? How are you doing today? It's Monday, and it's time to talk about our mindset. It's time to get that right for the rest of the week, my good viber friend, my family from another soul time. So we're gonna be talking about cause and effect. As you can see, that's the main idea for today's chat. And really seeing what we can learn from today's chat. It's all going to be with you and what you can do and what effect you can have through whatever, comes your way, whatever situation. So let's just get into it, shall we? Let's just get into it, okay? Yes, we're going to be talking about cause effect. It's going to be awesome. And I've been thinking about this. So where to start? I'm pretty sure I should start with noting Mark chapter 7 verse 15. Yeah, do I have it off the top of my head like that? I don't, but that's why we have the internet and the Bible, so that can help. But pretty much Mark chapter 7 verse 15 says that, nothing outside a person can defile them by going into them. Rather, it's what comes out of a person that defiles them. And of course, my friend, I'll put this down so you guys can, you should just look it up, honestly. Just look it up if you really want to, see what's good. But with that being said, I got you. This is what the verse looks like. If you must see, if you're thinking. Okay, this is Mark 14 chapter 15. Nothing outside a person can defile them by going into them. Rather, it is what comes out of a person that defiles them. Thank you, Mark. Great. Okay, quotes from the Bible are done. Okay, so what does this have to do with cause and effect, my friend? Well, where to begin? I guess we'll start off by acknowledging the concept of energy, because that's what we're all about. I like to talk about energy. We like to spread the good vibes, the positive vibrations, and it's so often we see people trying to stay away from negative vibes because they don't want negative things happening, which I understand. 100% I understand. But there's so much more to that. So if you avoid negative energy, which many people do, and you think that that's going to keep you in a high vibration because you don't expose yourself to negative energy, you're actually just weakening yourself so that you can't handle when negative energy comes, because you're pretty much saying that, okay, this negative energy, whatever it is, if it's in my surroundings, it's going to affect me and I'm going to become negative. When in reality, you creating your experience, given all of this power, have the ability to take the negative experience that happened in your life and to create something beautiful with them. Beautiful. That's crazy. That's beautiful. Don't you think? I think that's beautiful. So that's pretty much the big picture, or the big idea, the main idea for today's Mindset Monday. It is to understand that no matter what comes your way, no matter what negative things may cause you to feel, it's up to you on how that affects your life. Okay? So again, doesn't matter what happens, because you are the one that ultimately has a choice of how you use that energy. And you can transmute it. You can alchemize it. And that, for me, that's what real healing is. It is not, being in a positive place all the time, but it's being okay with being broken and choosing to mend that and create something bigger and better than what was before. So, yeah, it's pretty powerful when you really plant that seed and start practicing it for yourself. It's almost like the situations that come into your life that try to limit you, it's like they fall away. It's almost like, okay, that's great and all, but I'm going to choose to expand beyond the limitations of what I may perceive or sense or feel or say or do. And I'll be real with you, fam. Sometimes I really just don't know. Like, Sometimes I also get like a little nervous, like, oh no, is this too much? Can I really like handle myself energetically and all of this other stuff if negative energy just comes hitting at me? And yes, you can. It's really up to you what you invite into your energy field. Even think about the saying that vampires can't come in unless they're invited. And negative energy cannot affect you unless you've already opened yourself up to that in some extent. And guess what? You know what? You can always change what you are accepting and how you use that energy. It's always in the field of change and allowing that change to happen and take place. So it's beautiful, my friend. It's beautiful. And that's really what I wanted to share with today's Mindset Monday. I wanted to remind you that, yes, it does not matter what comes your way. Yes, some of the things and the energies that we have to face with suck a lot, but you still have the ability to transmute it into something that is so powerful it can change your life. And I'll give the example. Maybe somebody who was laid off from their job. They liked their job, they were learning a lot at their job, and they got laid off. They could see that as a negative cause that happened to them in their life that they couldn't really control. And it's up to them what effect that has on their life. And they might see later in the line that like that needed to happen for them to really tap into spending time in a more aligned way for them at, in their lifetime during that time. And so this is just a reminder that we don't know how the negative causes in our lives are going to affect us, but we can choose how we use that energy and honestly how it does affect our lives. So yeah, I guess we don't know what's gonna cause the negative energy, but we can choose how it affects us. Okay, yeah, that's how we're gonna word it. So it's very powerful when you realize this. You stop running away from negative things. You stop running away from negative people. You stop trying to block yourself from the negativity because you realize it doesn't matter what happens. And of course, don't go around looking for negative things unless you feel like that's really a part of your mission. Then, hey, I'm not here to judge. But actually just allowing yourself to be okay with it, not running away or being fearful of negative experiences happening to your life, because you choose how that can affect you. And for the betterment, I pray that you use it to alchemize and to strengthen your spiritual solitude, like your fortitude, your power, knowing that it's not about high vibes all the time. It's not about good vibes only. It's about being okay with all of thy vibrations and using those as building blocks for your own experience. Like, that's it. That is it. And if you do that, and if you continue to practice, no matter how difficult the energy that you face is, and you practice alchemizing it by realizing it doesn't matter what comes to me, it matters what I do with it, then you will create the life that you're looking to create. Like, it's that simple. The more you blame outside circumstances, things you can't control, for the unhappiness in your life, the more you're giving the things that you can't control over your life. And so when you start taking control of the things that you can control, which are your own actions, which are how you perceive things that happen in your life, the sensations around you, how you process information, then you allow yourself the opportunity to transform and alchemize all of that energy so that you actually have the power to control what your life is becoming. It's crazy, I'm telling you this, and I told myself, today, earlier this morning when I was walking my dog, yesterday during the Bible study, we were talking about it, and still, this is a reminder that I think we all kind of need to remind ourselves and come back to and remember that it really is about just grounding and allowing ourselves to be okay with the things that are not so okay. It's gonna be okay. And you have the power to create something beautiful with, one man's trash, another man's treasure. I'm taking that because that's high key the truth. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So what are you gonna do with that energy that's coming your way? Well, I will share a breathwork visualization that I really, really appreciate doing, and It's pretty popular because it's a very powerful, beautiful, and simple technique to take all of that negative energy and create more positive ones. And we're going to connect it to the breath, of course. It's a breathwork visualization, my favorite. I love breath and I love visualizations. Just bringing awareness to our breath for a moment now. We're just going to take a moment to meditate, take a nice big inhalation, feeling your chest and really feeling your tummy as you breathe. Feeling that expansion, feeling that air, that oxygen swirling in your lungs, distributing to every cell in your body, and exhaling gently, just releasing and allowing yourself to relax for a little bit right here now. So as we breathe, we're going to just close our eyes on that inhalation, and you might envision a few dark clouds surrounding, your head. They could be above your head, they could be over your head, they could be surrounding you, wherever they are. Just breathe them in. And I know it's not usually our first instinct to breathe in dark clouds, but bear with me for this meditation and just take a moment to feel that. Don't exhale yet, just hold it and actually feel that oxygen distributing in your body and actually alchemizing right there, just as you observe it, turning into that glowing, the light, just the brightness, just the warmth. And it's just like melting away that dark cloud as you exhale. And as you exhale, you see that it's clear, it's this golden dust, and it's just dispersing. Taking another breath, take those clouds in, take those dark clouds in. Allow that to clear your mind, clear your vision, clear your head, and exhale that golden light at your own pace. You really don't have to do anything other than just observe how your body feels, what that feels like to breathe in those dark clouds. And feel that transmutation just happening within your own being. And as you exhale, feel that. If you can see the golden light just surrounding you, just dispersing, just clearing up the air surrounding. And again, just breathing at your own pace. And you see, as you continue to breathe, the dark clouds become thinner. They become lighter. Your mind becomes clearer. And the breath continues to grow. The golden light, it continues to spread and shine. And that is just your breath. That is you just alchemizing, literally planting that subconscious seed to remind yourself that you have the power to take that negative energy and turn it into something so golden, so valuable, so beautiful. So just breathe it in. And you can continue until all of the dark clouds surrounding your head are gone. And as you breathe, you can remind yourself that, hey, subconsciously, I want to continue doing this practice throughout my days. And every time you're aware of your breath, you can just take a few moments to visualize this. This practice is especially helpful. What is good? I'm happy that you're enjoying it. This is extremely helpful when you are dealing with difficult situations, people, places, things, to remember that that darker energy that we sometimes feel can be transmuted simply by being present and breathing with it. And that you are powerful enough to change the event, to change whatever that energy was going into, and to create to affect that energy in such a way where it creates a positive reality for those in your vibrational field. And that's that. That's it. Continue to breathe, continue to be aware, and know that whenever you feel clear enough, you can take a moment to just bring gratitude. I now get excited. I know it sounds bad. I get excited when negative energy comes because it's almost like, yes, I have some alchemizing practice. I get to practice really transmuting this energy, and there's so much there's so much to breathe through, I think, these days, where if we're not aware and observing our attention and our mind, we may be clouded with those darker clouds of judgment and perception. But just by simply breathing and being aware that we have the opportunity to change that energy and to change the literal perception, like I won't get too much into it, but if you're familiar with the observer effect, which was a experiment where they wanted to observe, I think, electrons and the vibrational patterns that they were making. And so they weren't sure, like you can't really, scientifically not observe something, like you can't observe something that's not being observed. So that was a little the difficult part, but they pretty much came to the conclusion that these waves became particles when they observed them. So what does this mean? This means that all of the infinite potentials and possibilities were just floating in free space until the observer defined its perspective. And then that infinite potential became one thing. And guess what? We can do this with everything. When we observe situations, we are giving it its perspective, its view, its value, its essence of positioning in our reality and the significance. That is one of the blessings that we were given as human beings, and it's awesome. And it's also something that we need to be aware of, so that when these situations happen, that we actually observe them, understanding the power that we hold over them. If we want to alchemize anything, then we can. We have to have a clear enough mind to bring awareness to just our breath, to just understanding that the things that are happening to you are there for you. All of the things happening to you are there for you to grow, to understand, to learn, and to connect, to just be. So yeah, it's a beautiful world we live in. It can be a bit chaotic. Breathe through it with everybody else. Breathe through it. Yeah, it can be heavy sometimes, but you know what? It's all kind of illusion at the end of the day, so enjoy it. Enjoy your stimulated reality that we were brought into this world to experience. Understand that you have a mission, and be clear on that mission. You don't even have to be 100% sure you know what the mission is. As long as you know you have a mission, you're on the right path. It's so weird to say, but it's true. The mission will come to you. It's not about destination, it's about the journey. And now I'm just saying a whole bunch of cliche things, so I think it's time to start wrapping up today's Mindset Monday by just closing off and saying that you got this, okay? Go throughout the rest of your week, your day, the month, knowing that everything that happens to you is fuel for your fire. It is fuel for creating what you desire, and utilize it, really use it. And I thank you again for tuning in and joining me. I really do hope that you found value in today's Mindset Monday talk. I really am enjoying these a lot, and I appreciate you tuning in. Let me know if you have any suggestions for future Mindset Monday videos. I would love to know. I'm always open to learning and connecting with you and diving into our minds a little bit more. Let me know if you'd like to do more breath works in these live vibes, while we're chilling, getting our mindset right, or meditations, anything like that, visualizations. I'll do my best to make it fun because I enjoy it. And I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing rest of your day. God bless and namaste.